Now, before we get into this entertaining video, we would just like to remind you to like and subscribe.
Yes, please do like and subscribe.
Sunflowers!
Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. We're back, and we're back with more news. News with, what is it, baby?
News with us.
News with us, the crones. So, where we sit down and we just chit-chat. What do you mean? We don't make it formal. It's very informal. In other words, if we don't know a name, they be like, you know who we're talking about.
Yes,
if you follow us, I'd like it to be, because we have all different types of commentators, right? I mean, we're trying to get to the top. So what is a better way to make it to the top than us being ourselves?
That's true.
So it's like, instead of trying to be all formal and all of that, let's just sit down and let's just talk. If we was just no cameras and we were just sitting up there talking about girl. The only thing that we have to be mindful of is our language, that we don't use too many potty words, which we really don't anyway. So that's not difficult.
That's true.
And that we don't say trigger words.
Yes.
That's where it gets really, really tricky. However, I don't know, but I'm thinking it's how you use it, how often you use it.
Definitely.
I think the algorithm is picking up in the way it's used and how you're using it and how often you're using it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
because if you say that word and you didn't mean to say it, I think it'll pick it. I don't know.
I definitely do know that if it definitely is a time limit. Like, I think within like the certain time frame beginning of the video, you're not allowed to say certain words. And then I think throughout the video, you might be able to say it like maybe once or twice. But I think there is a limit to if you start saying it a lot. When the AI
or talking about a particular subject that is a trigger subject.
Yes.
that will do it. But I was just thinking,
okay,
what if also we're so low on the totem pole that if we make a little mistake, that don't cost us nothing.
I feel you.
So I'm saying maybe also it could be when the big leagues make a mistake, they're like, yeah, dock them.
That is true.
It could be that too. And maybe we don't get to see that or feel that because we so far down from,
right, like they say,
the
it's
big
all
ones.
about your influence and power.
Right, and because we hold very little weight, I mean, if we was a church, we'd be huge.
Oh yeah,
we'd be it. But
yeah.
we are part of the universe. We're a teardrop.
Yeah.
And a teardrop speaketh thousands of words. And with that being said, of 1,000 of words, we thank you for joining us. Please, if you like this video, thumb us up.
Yes,
and
you know what to do.
Please leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed to help us out, please. And now, I know it's been a lot being said about the president with these cats and dogs and Haitians.
Yes.
Now, I know about, what's her name? Belvedere. She's from the Housewives of Beverly Hills, the black woman. Her and, what's his name? The light-skinned fella that's married to Tiggy Hegan. All of me, John Legend. They came out and they spoke about it. She's Haitian and she's saying that the Haitians, this is all crazy. I'm paraphrasing. So I'm not alleging. What I'm saying is true, but the words that I'm saying it, and that's not what she said. I'm paraphrasing.
Yes.
I'm saying what she said and putting it in the words that I received what she was saying. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. I didn't have a problem. Now, she didn't come out and say president. What I'm sick of now all these stars coming out and you want to use every little thing to promote who you believe in.
Yes.
Taylor Swift. Yes. Everybody. That's what I don't want to know. Mm-hmm. And then you come out and venomous. Not no and so you might say, well, you're taking up for Trump. Yes. But if it was Camilla, I'd be on her side because I'm going to be on the underdog side. Why? Because I got morals. I'm trying to judge here. I got to judge. I'm not on the bandwagon of hate. I can't see nothing if I'm mad. I can't see if I'm ready to slash. So what I begin to understand is this. Now, maybe I'm missing it. And maybe many of you out there are missing it too. But I do meditate. I'll wait till baby Crone is finished.
Sorry. I had to look up, now speaking of the president, I jogged my memory about a news article I heard.
What? Say it.
That Donald Trump had a second attempt on...
No, you could have. But go ahead, finish it, because that's one subject, but I wanted to stay on that. Absolutely. So I want to get through this real fast. But yes, we will talk about that as soon as we finish this. Okay. Is that all right?
Yes.
And we don't want to leave that out. As a matter of fact, I heard of 3, but we're going to talk about it. Now I got to figure out where I was. I don't know where I done lost my train of thought. Help. What was I saying? Help me.
I think I'm sorry, I think he was talking about celebrities and how they take political stances, and how I guess you
it's
would
coming to me slowly.
Okay, that you would just prefer them to leave out their political beliefs and not stand and use it to speak.
Thank you, baby.
Yes.
And why Hollywood is so crucial to this. This is what I begin to think. Now, maybe you don't agree, but I meditate, and I meditate deep, and I talk to my ancestors. And they don't lead me wrong, but they be way in advance of stuff. In other words, they could be telling me some stuff that don't happen until 5-10 years from now. 3 years from now, a year from now. But what if the Democratic Party is trying to change? What if the Democratic Party is trying to be world leader?
Okay.
Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Like leading in science, leading in everything, just leading a world power where the world look up to you. And what if in order to do this, you have to be able to love everybody on any level, whether they straight, whether they gay. And what if, just before you poo-poo me, I'm trying to be ethical here. And what if they're saying we're trying to get it where there's so much hate? We're trying to get it where there is no hate in the world. We're trying to do that. And why have a baby if you don't want it? We're trying to minimize hatred. So when the world looks and see us, even in our flaws, they know that this is a place where you can come home. This is a place that won't judge you and won't hurt you. Maybe that I know, darn it. I'm just saying, what if that's the underlining, what if that was the moral reasoning for all of that, for a sense of freedom? What if that is? Did I make it plain?
Yes, you did.
The moral fabric. Remember, this is an esoteric station, so we deal with the inner things. So if you like to think and like to know, and you'd like to get in part of your higher self, then join me, because I'll take you there. I promise. So if you're looking at it from that point of view, it could change the dynamics.
Yeah.
So you may say, what do you mean? Because once upon a time, there was a part of my ancestors that was enslaved and would have done anything to be free.
That's true.
So you got to look at the time, people. I know, we got to weed out the wackos. This is what we're going through. The weeding out the wackos, the weeding out of those that want to fight. All 1,000 names you got to remember. We're weeding it out. It may take 50 years. It may take 20. It takes time to start a new thing, to change a nation's heart.
Yes.
Now, with that saying, let's say you're on the Democratic part. And they coming from, we're about the Bible. We're about what God says. And God says that no homosexual shall enter into the kingdom. Period. If you have an, then that means to do that. Now they got good points. The rights of women, You should be submissive to your husband. And maybe the marriages will last longer. They're making valid points because they're trying to go the old way and stay in the old way. Get my hat, baby Crone.
Okay.
When she comes on, say hello, Mama Crone. She wants to talk right now. Say it.
Okay, Mama Crone? Okay. Hello, Mama Crone.
Hello. I have to speak on this. May I?
Yes, you
can. I hate to interrupt, but I felt myself getting happy. So I figured that I will come through because I am an ancestor. I call myself Mama Crone. I know. You may say, oh, this is so phony. I don't believe it. You don't have to believe it. Is it true or is it not?
It's true.
You're probably sitting over there going, oh, so Mama Crone is an entity? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
No, tell them what you're thinking. I know you're blown away.
When you said an ancestor, I was like,
oh, ancestor. Tripped you out a little bit, right?
It did trip me out. Kept rolling.
We understand the old way. So if we say to you that God is big in you, you don't want to hear that. You're stuck in the old way. You've been waiting for God to show up. Your ancestors has been waiting for God to show up. And here we are entering into a whole new age, the age of Aquarius. And you don't even think, even though you know that this Bible got a lot of holes in it, even though you know man wrote the Bible, and let me do this for you as a favor, inspired by the Spirit or inspired by the Word of God, by God Himself. You believe this. You believe this, and yet you know that there were many Elohims in the Bible, and there was the Almighty who created the heavens and the earth. Now you know that, but if He says, hey, I created the stars, I created the moons for signs and for seasons. Yes, I created the witchcraft. I created all of that. Yes, I created the bad. I created the good. I created the rain and the snow. I created cancer, and I'm holding back a cure. That's real, but somehow you got it locked in your mind that that's not God. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So I dropped by to tell you that times have changed. What is it that Jesus said? Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Mm-hmm. Unconditional love.
Jesus said, judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Sure. Walk in love, uplifting one another. Don't be so glad and happy to laugh at your brother who has fallen into the den of hell. Don't be so happy. But there is a time for mourning because he is many of us. He's our brother. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because he come from the colored people line. Is that all right? I say it like that?
Mm-hmm.
Brother. Born in the United States of America, have slavery and Indian somewhere in his family. We all have it. If you one of us. Somewhere. Even white people that's pale. You too. So when you look at this thing, how are we ever going to come together as one unless we broaden our mind? And maybe this fight is a fight against not what is right and what is wrong, but could it be a battle of moving on or staying the same? Where do you fit in it? Do you want to say, I want to keep it the religious, I want to keep it the way, I think women are out of hand, but now you live in a world where women are twerking.
Yeah.
I just seen on the VMAs where Katy Perry and Meg Thee Stallion were intertwined grinding.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have that. It's too late. Why? Because we're too depraved. We are too involved now. We want more. We want more blood. We want more reality. We want more real. Give us real. Those things now, we look at that and we go, boo. We want things not in 3D, but we want 4D now. Mm-hmm. I don't want to talk. Give me high def. Talk to me. I need AI. I need to hear you clearly. I need my phone to take sharp pictures. We're not living on that no more. So you want all the thrills of the new life that it gives and brings, but you want to stick with the old way. So you say the real God will stand up. Who will win? Camilla, where the first woman president? Well, now I can tell you what I think about this. Whenever they put the first woman and when they put the first black, that changed the tide to me. So it made me nervous. Many of us, I'm not so quick to jump when you put a woman of color to go first. You took down Hillary. So I'm nervous now. I'm like, whoa, not one white woman running for this. And you just picked her and she's willing to go. After I heard her story, I'm scared. Instead of jumping on a side, you need to look at these things. The last time they picked a black man to go, it was disastrous. Now, it was good for many. It was good for millions. But it was a disaster for the world, knowing that they raided the White House. You all right over there?
Yes, I did.
So we got to find a balance. Do you understand?
I do understand.
So now we got that, and so we got this, so we got the church and state. Church or freedom? Church and state, they're at war. Where do you stand? And that's the bottom line. Either way, what will be today, tomorrow, next year, and billions of years from now. And as long as the sun is in the sky, there is hope. But change don't happen overnight. Change can take 50 years. Change. By the time you see that you are old, you're 70. Some people are 60. But just remember, you was a little born baby at one point. But then when you look back over your life, your skin is wrinkled, you're old now. So it's a lot can happen in 50 years. Sometimes it take 100. Please wake up. How was that, baby?
Yes, that was good. Just need to fix some of your hair.
Now let's just go on and let her do it. What we talking now? Now I'm feeling good. You like that? Everything is. She had to come out. I told you she might pop up. I never know. But when the ancestors come, I'm just going to let them come. And now that may not be her, but I always wear a hat so you know that it's not me. It's me, but it's an entity. And I felt it like I got to talk. Sometimes I just think that it's just going to be her. And if any channeling is going to be, it's going to be through her. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I know this is little. So please, if you watch me and this happened, it could be very intense. I never know because I'm yielding to this. And because it is so natural for me. And because I have been this way ever since I was 5 years old. And I lived in that haunted house. And now I understand. And now that I said to Baby Crone showed me this video yesterday. This is a sidetrack. Baby Crone showed me this video yesterday about this living with someone that has ESP, and they were twins. So again, I tranced a little bit, and the computer, we had another glitch.
Yes.
But you know what? The one thing that I'm learning I really don't care who believes, who don't believe, who think it's a joke, who think it's funny. It's cool with me. It's all right. It's all right. But one thing that is all right, you're going to die. Explain that.
Yeah, that is true.
Explain that. Explain the darkness, because you're going to die. When, how, one day, it don't matter. And all of that, if you're talking about something supernatural, death is.
That's true.
Death is. So is life. So it's all supernatural, you know what I mean? When you really get down to it, and we're talking about the presidents and the choosing, this is all some kind of supernatural physical warfare amongst the gods or the Elohims.
Yes, y'all saw that technical difficulties we just had.
I don't want her to come out because it might break the next time. So I'm just saying it charges because it's energy, and I changed the atmosphere. So I fully now understand that I'm haunted. Now, I like to think of myself like this because I've always wondered why people scared of me, or why I lose friends, or why people don't stick around. Like, I don't know, but now I understand. Nobody had the heart to tell me, like, you just too honest, or you just into my business. I heard you into my business. For the first time, I understand what they mean.
Oh, okay.
Instead of them saying you picking up on vibes, they're saying you just too much in my business. I know now what they mean. I didn't know. It's just natural for me. I'm not asking because I want to know. I'm asking because I want to heal you. I'm asking you because if it's letting me know, then that's letting me know for only one thing, and for one thing for sure, certain. What they say two things for sure. I'm going to say one thing for certain and 9 things for sure. Okay. And you know what that is? If it's letting me know something about you, I don't care what it is. If my inner being is pulling out and telling you something is real, and you know what that means, you're about to get healed.
Oh,
that means you about to get the answer to whatever, because I ain't got to lay hands on you, because that's not my ministry. But my ministry is to talk to your mind. I'm in about the hearing and the seeing. So when I tell you something and it goes to you, that's your antidote right there. That's the medicine that you would have paid $300 for here, but the Spirit gave it to you for free. Everything in the Spirit is free, but your soul.
Nah, that's true.
But your soul. And you may say, I don't believe it. Well, you don't have to. Why? Because what are we fighting over? If souls didn't matter, then why is Diddy being claimed for taking of lives?
That's true.
They matter. If souls didn't matter, then why are we fussing and fighting about freedom for to choose whether we want life or death for our unborn, embryo?
Yes.
What are we fighting for? What does it matter who you sleep with or you don't? It's these life, because life is in the soul. So if the soul don't matter, I'm confused. Then what are we fighting for? The soul is the avatar to take on the body. That's why you here, to figure some things out. You made it. You're not here. You got your memory. How many times have you all heard, you only use like 5% of your brain, 3% out of 100? My God, you're God's. But why do you think that is? Because when you cross over the abyss, that part is shut off. Because then again, you're too smart. It would be no point coming here. You'll win at everything. You'll be bored to death. Go ahead, baby, come.
About what?
I thought you wanted to say something.
Oh, no.
So when it comes down to this balancing act of right and wrong and Kamala and Trump, they both mean us well. Both. It's just what side you favor. Or you want to be held by religion? This is the bottom line in my eyes. Do you want to be held by religion? Or do you want to be one of those that says the kingdom suffers the violence, or the violent take it by force? In other words, we're going to fight you because we're not going to be letting you dictate how we live our lives, how we eat our food, how we treat our bodies. We want the right to choose.
Yeah.
But if you want the right to choose, then the gays are saying that I want the right to stay out the closet. I want want the right to go to a bakery and you, even though you don't like gay people, I got the right. I'm up here with my little clown eyes on and my clown hat and I'm looking all creepy, but I make good sense. And I say, look, me and my honey bunny is here and it's a fake old rabbit. And I say, I want you to make me a cake. And you say, no. How we get beyond that? What's the difference? I don't know. And you're going to come up with 1,000 reasons to say no, but it goes back to the simple thing that the good book says. Well, I don't know if it's a good book, but that's what you call it. Because there are good things in this book. Is love your, can I say it?
Yes.
Neighbor.
Yes.
Love your neighbor. Do you need me to call Mr. Rogers up from the dead? Do I need to channel Mr. Rogers? Because I feel Mr. Rogers saying we have to come into Mr. Roberts' neighborhood. Am I channeling him?
I think
Am I channeling Mr. Roberts coming up for real? Anarchy. Look up anarchy. Anarchy. We need to live together in Mr. Roberts' neighborhood. Is that what it, Mr. Rogers?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, there it was. Whew.
Yeah. How ironic Mr. Rogers was talking about peace and love back in that time.
Oh my God.
Where we are.
What did he say? That word, anarchy. Because he was fading away. When I realized I broke the spell, when I realized because I felt, see, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
It says anarchy is a state of disorder due to absence or non-recognition of authority.
Say that again. That was too many words at one time for me. Say it again.
A state of disorder due to absence or non-recognition of authority or other controlling systems. Another definition.
That's scary. Because that's the word he kept saying.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say?
Yeah, anarchy.
Did I say it like him? When I look back at it, you're gonna get it. It is real. This is real. This is another video that's gonna have to be ended, and it's on. We're gonna get through these Crone videos. They're just gonna be a series. So go ahead. The energy is high. So go ahead, baby Trump.
Yes.
I'm just channeling. Well, no, I'm not channeling. I was told that I am transing. Mm-hmm. And I do this so easy. It is nothing. I do it when I'm alone. I do it when I want information. I'm good. Sometimes I feel like I'm here and I know that it's nobody outside, but I feel like the person is so distinct from me, like so smarter than me, so wiser than me. They're so far from me. They feel beyond me, that I feel like it's outside of me. And every time I ask who that is, I'm joking because I got a relationship with it instead of being afraid because it's always there. And it always speaks. And I know when it's speaking to me because it's quiet. No matter what I'm in, no matter how frightened I'm out, no matter if I'm in the biggest panic attack of the world, no matter what, if I'm whatever, it's always quiet. And I begin to ask, I said, why is it you quiet? Mm-hmm. Not quiet like quiet, but never get mad, never show emotions, but it's never anger. It's never anger. It's nothing I can ever do. It's never panic. It's always calm. And if I allow myself to listen, I can be calm. But because I allow my flesh to become panic, I can't hear it. So it sounds loud. It gets low because of all the other loud Elohims that's drowning it out. That's so powerful right there. And if that was a thing that was called mental ailment, then I think we all suffer with it from time to time. Especially when under stress. Mm-hmm. Be it physical or mental. Mm-hmm. And so I just wanted to know, and this is what I said to me. So you know when I'm talking to you. You don't ever have to doubt. I said, well, what if other voice? No one has your voice but you. Mm-hmm. You know your voice. That's so powerful. Just when I heard my voice sounding like, for me, I'm going to pay it back, sounding like Mr. Rogers. I felt my mouth curling up. I felt that. That's going to be, you got that. Mm-hmm. And did I sound like him a little bit?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to listen to that because I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Why would I think of Mr. Rogers? But that's what
talking about loving your neighbor.
Isn't that because that's him channeling through? That's what I'm saying. That was him coming through. He could have been over there listening and understand Mr. Rogers was a minister.
Oh.
And that's what he told me. He says, I was a minister. In other words, you can trust me. In other words, I'm in your space. I found you. So he was making his way. That's why it fitted in the conversation. So he had a reason to come in. That being a gentleman. When they're not a gentleman in the spirit, they just come in. You know what I mean? And even though you may like what they're saying and they can make you be feeling an ecstasy, you could like all that, but it still feel like a violation. And so now that I understand, now I don't have to accept it. I can just say, you don't have to talk to me because once I don't talk, you have no use. I have the power. It's more deeper than that, but this is all alchemy. There is nothing secret about what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Anybody can do what I do if you're willing to walk in the darkness, if you're willing to feel creeped out, if you're willing to deal with darkness and creepiness and being alone. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you a type of person and you want to know, you don't have to worry. It will follow you. It will call you. It will visit you. You're called to this. Nobody really willing to go to this. And and let me say this too, as a reminder before I close this out. There was a woman in the Bible, that Samuel, who was the king of Israel. He was so depressed that Hashem wasn't talking to him anymore. And the reason why the Jews call him Hashem, for many of you who may not know, is because they believe that the name God, but God is a title. That's not his name. It's a title. Because they believe that the name of their father, the greatest of the great one, the all-being, all-knowing, can't say his name. I can only express it through words. And they believe that. So, and with that, they call him Hashem, meaning his name cannot even be pronounced. And I believe that if I'm worshiping a God, which I believe that I am, I don't want to say this while people are going crazy. I believe that I'm attached to my higher self, and my higher self is connected to the all. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
That's how I feel. And it makes me feel privileged to know that I have everything I shall ever need, everything I should ever want, everything I should ever need. I should be able to heal myself. I should be able to walk on water because I know the mysteries. However, when I crossed over in death and the game what they call the computer game that I chose to make for myself. Your program. And so you're like, can you ever go wrong on your program? No, it's your program. You're either going to pass your test or you'll fail it. And wherever you fail, because you have to learn a lesson. So if you're learning a lesson, you can't fake with the lesson. This is the universe. We're dealing in colors here. There are no words. I know when you, right, because you beam, just like when the spirit come in and a thing will light up. It's not something you control because you're shrouded in flesh, you're limited. But also you're here. And so because you are part of this reality and you're using your five senses, which is your fivefold ministry, to learn how each system work, how the eyes work in the spirit, how the hands of touch work in the spirit, because the hands are supposed to heal and touch to bring life. The hands is what grabs and pull life into the earth. Right? Am I right about it?
Yeah.
So it's the hands. So learn how to use the folding of the hands. Learn how to use the eyes, the mouth, and also the taste of the tongue to be able to taste things. See, we don't know that because we're looking outside of ourselves for a fivefold ministry when you are the fivefold ministry. But nevertheless, no matter how deep I go into this, it's like wells and wells and wells of knowledge, but it's wasted. Because many don't want to hear it. Because why? They're stuck in the past, the Jesus days. And even though Jesus said greater works, what I do is nothing compared to what you'll do. In other words, Jesus said, I'm going to become obsolete. I'm going to become obsolete. My model is going to become old because greater works you'll do than me. And yet we hold on. No matter what. So I've learned because I was raised in that. I come from a whole ancestor line of that mentality. So I have been very, very busy in this life now that I understand to go back and save my ancestors and preach the word so they can come forth because I'm the only one that I know of that's able. And if you do find other seers, we spread it out in the universe. We don't even know each other. This is a lonely walk. And a lot of times people don't even understand it. They try to, and they do the best they can. But half the time, if I say, baby Crone, you want to try this spirit, what would you say? No. With most like, no. And I understand that. But when I had it, I couldn't say no. I was scared of it. Because I was taught to be afraid. It's nothing to be afraid of, but it's something to be proud of. And when you have it, you don't have it. It's something you're born with. It's just always there. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you're looking to have it, and you're like 20, you probably, if you don't know, and you're 20, and you decide that you start looking, you might have it, but 9 times out of 10, I think you might want to look somewhere else because these gifts torture you when you're a kid. You're called as a child. Because any other age, you start being able to rationalize. And some things you can't rationalize, you can only experience. And with that being said, well, that's all I was talking about. I was talking about the presidency. This has been a high heated. What are we? Are we out of that full moon? We're coming from an eclipse phase. Yes, we are. So this is the revenue of it. This is what it's left me with. I get it. I understand it. So anyway, this is what I'm saying. So please, when you vote, where do you stand? Where are you on your spiritual journey? What means more to you? Do you need to be with the Bible and try to live accordingly and keep peace and live under a way where we all thinking like one and we have one mind and one vision? And anybody who doesn't think like us are not a part of us and shall perish. If that's the way you think, that's not a wrong way of thinking. But it's in total opposite of this one. And you both two great nations. Here we have that same old war again. All the way back from the very beginning of time between Cain and Abel. Same war. Same war. Between their son, what was it? Jacob and Esau. We see the same battle. Church against state, or faith and flesh. Faith and flesh. Do I want to do it my way, or do I want to do it God's way? Or the God I believe. Even though it may be unfair, but unfair keeps away anarchy. If you live the way the Bible says live and follow the rules, you'll live without anarchy. That was his message. So obviously he's here. Do you want to have the freedom to pick and choose? Do you still want the right education for everyone? Do you want women dressed like men, looking maybe ridiculous to this group, teaching your children? Do you want your children to be saying, I don't know if I'm a male or a female, I'm a it or a thing, or I'm a just nothing? Where are you? They both got, you know this one. America was built on this one. The Republic, you know this one. So was this one, but this one broke away. You have the same story again with Jesus and Lucifer. America is being judged and it's being weighed and balanced. And it's been that way for the last, I'm going to say it.
Uh-huh.
For the last 15 years. I don't even want to say 20. For the last 20 to 15 years. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. I just got to cut it off.
Uh-huh.
Is that too much?
Mm-mm.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I know it's a lot, but when the Spirit speaks, when the higher self talks, listen. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be listening. And we thank you for joining us. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. But nevertheless, thumb us up. Thank you for joining us.
Sunflowers!